Hello guys, welcome to this video. So in this video I will show you how to lazy load the data, dynamic data that you fetch from the API inside React.js using a package called as react-lazyload. So you can see I'm fetching the data from a REST API, which is JSON placeholder API. So you can see as I'm scrolling down, the data is lazy loading. You can see you can see now the data is lazy loading. So all the data is not loaded at in the page for the very first time. As we scroll down, as the user scroll, the data comes in dynamically lazy load. So I will show you how to configure lazy loading inside React.js with this package so that whenever you pull data from a REST API, all the data is not pulled in straight away, but as the user scroll, you will see the data will come. So this is containing text and images, and we are using a simple REST API called JSON placeholder API. There is this package which I am talking about, which is React Lazy Load. This is a very popular package. Specifically, it's built for React.js applications. And lazy load is a technique by which you load the data, only a certain amount of data when you render the application for the very first time. So I will use this same technique. So this is specifically done for React.js applications. So this is actually the package npm I react lazy load. So you just need to install this package by installing this, and it's almost having 2000 and 21,000 weekly downloads. So I will just show you step by step to actually implement this. So first of all, just make a simple functional component. So after this, we will be importing this module. So we'll be simply saying import lazy load, and it will be coming from this package react lazy load. It's almost 9.25 kilobytes of size of this package. And now inside our state, we will be having two variables. First, for keeping track of the post, and initial value will be use state hook, we'll be using empty array. And secondly, we'll be also be having a boolean parameter just to keep track whether the loading of post has been started or not. So initial value will be true. So by default, we will show this loading screen to the user that the posts are coming. So when the posts are about ready, then we'll change this value from true to false. So now what will happen? We will basically fetch the post. So now for fetching the post, we will be using this hook use effect, which is a React.js hook which executes whenever you load your component for the very first time. So inside this use effect hook, we will fetch the data, and for this we will make a custom function which I will call this as fetch post. So the prime job of this function is to actually get the post from the JSON placeholder API. So I will just make this function fetch post, and it will be a async function, and inside this function we just need to inside your try catch block, so if any sort of error take place, we can console log the error. And right here we will make a simple fetch call, await fetch, and here you need to paste the address of the REST API. So I will say JSON placeholder typo code and .com/post. So this will return the response to us, and we just need to convert this response to JSON. So await response JSON, and now we'll be getting our data. So now we need to set this data. So set post the data. So in this way, you can console log our data. So after this, we can simply hide the loading screen. So we can simply set the loading to false. So now what happens if you check, if you go to this application and see the console, you will see this data will be returned to us. Each object is containing these properties, and now if I want to show this inside our JSX, we will come to the JSX part right here, and right here we actually loop through all the post, and for each post we basically have this component which is lazy load. It comes from this package. So what it does, this component, it actually takes some parameters. First is the key parameter, so this will be the post ID. Secondly, it takes the height of the lazy load. I will put 5, and the offset as well, 5. So these two parameters are related to the lazy load component. This simply means that what is the height of the lazy load and the offset of lazy load, and also placeholder. So inside this placeholder text, you can simply show to the user that the post is loading post, like this. So inside this, you can actually have your actual post displayed, which will contain actually your image, this, and the h3 tag, and the heading, and the body of the post. So all these three properties, we will display it inside this. So post ID, and this is your post ID, post title, post body. So if you refresh now, you will see automatically now inside, using this lazy load component, as we are scrolling, all the data is not loaded. You can see all the data is not loaded. As we are scrolling down the page, the data is lazy loading dynamically. It is loading. So in this way, you can make your websites very effective in SEO friendly websites. And it will also preserves a lot of network internet bandwidth as well, because you are not loading all the website at once. You are splitting the content into multiple sections, and then as the user scrolls down, then the data is coming. So in this way, you can configure this lazy load technique inside React.js using this package React Lazy Load. It's a very minimalistic package, and it actually takes a very less time to configure it. So once you configure it, it becomes very much easy. So thank you very much for watching this video. All the source code will be given in the description, and also do check out my website as well, freemediatools.com, which contains thousands of tools regarding audio, video and image. And I will be seeing you in the next video.